Let's go to first quarter action at Robeson Stadium in East Orange, and the EO defense comes up with a sack here of Vernon quarterback Matt Soltis, forcing the Vikes to punt on their first series. All right, East Orange is on the move, and watch quarterback Justin LaRota. He finds Ronald Rob Sally on this pretty sideline connection for 26 yards and a first down to the Vernon 15. But Vernon's defense tightened up and forces 28-yard field goal attempt by Allen Johnson as he knocks it through to give the Jags an early 3-0 lead in this independent clash. Okay, Tyler Parrish of Vernon, who did a nice job all night on special teams, gives the Vikes good field position on the ensuing kickoff as they start their possession on the Vernon 36. Now watch Vernon's outstanding quarterback Matt Soltis use some fancy footwork here on this draw as he spins his way for 11 yards and a first down to the Vernon 47. And then 3 plays later, watch this incredible run by Soltis as he takes off down the far sideline. And watch him pick up this great downfield block by Chris Rourke as Soltis dives for the pylon for an amazing 52-yard run, and Vernon takes a 6-3 lead with 6:31 left in the first quarter. What a run, folks. And then the Vikings make it 8-3 here on the botched PAT attempt, but Soltis calmly finds Tyler Deutsch in the back of the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and the Vikes are looking good. But East Orange is a big physical bunch, and the Jags retake the lead here when Majai Williams scores here from 6 yards out to make it 11-8. Williams had a big night with 159-yard rushing and 2 TDs. Okay, Soltis and Vernon go back to work as he finds Mike Freeman for this nice hookup, and the Vikes gain an extra 15 for roughing the passer, which will be a preview of things to come for Vernon. But once again, Tyler Parrish does the job on the ensuing kickoff with another nice return for the Vikings as he brings the ball up to the Vernon 40, but Vernon is unable to score on the possession. Vernon's defense played hard all night. Watch Ricky Longobardi make this stop on EO quarterback Justin LaRota for a 5-yard loss to fire up the Vikes defense. And Matt Wigger would get into the act for Vernon as he snuffs out the reverse with this nice stop on Malik Walker of East Orange for a loss. Wigger would leave the game later due to a neck injury. The Vikings cap their outstanding defensive series here, and Sean Goldner is Johnny on the spot as he makes the interception here for the Vikings to get the ball back to Vernon. The Vikes, however, would not score, but their defense was still buzzing. Watch Nick Pasquarello make the sack here for the Vikings as he takes down Justin LaRota, but East Orange leads 19-8 at the half. Okay, third quarter we go, and this is where the Jags take over the game as human bowling ball where Neil Tisdale rumbles in for a 10-yard score to cap a clock-eating 80-yard drive for the Jags to make it 25-8. Tisdale finished with 138 yards on the night. Okay, Matt Soltis does it all for the Vikings, folks. Watch him make this perfect read on the kickoff as he makes the interception to throw it an EO drive deep in Vernon territory. But here could be the biggest play of the season for the Vikes, folks. Watch Soltis hit John Conklin for this reception, but Soltis is knocked out of the game on the play on a late hit with bruised ribs, and the Vikings eventually fall 32-8 in their season opener.
I think we played hard. I mean, we're down playing a tough team, which I like. I mean, we need these kind of tests, and we're going to get to the point where we're going to come to these tests and we're going to beat them. Tonight wasn't that night. Tonight wasn't that night. We had a couple guys banged up, which is my number one concern. I want to make sure some guys are healthy, but they brought it to us. I mean, we're coming off a rough season. I was telling the kids, Rome wasn't built in a day. You just don't bounce back, especially against a team as good as East Orange. So, we got work to do. We got work to do, but we'll do it.
What do we know about the status of Matt Wigard and Matt Soltis?
All right, Matt Wigard went off mostly precautionary. The way he went off, I think he did have an issue with some feeling in his right arm or something. So obviously, with all that we've been through in years past, we're missing safety there first, obviously. But I don't know anything more than that. I mean, I think he's okay, or I think he's going to be fine. But I'd hate to say that and it'd be more important, more dangerous than that. So hopefully he's okay. He was smiling, I can tell you that, and he gave a little wave with the left hand as he went off. So that's good news. Matt Soltis, I know he banged up his rib, and no sense, in this at that point. I don't know how bad it is yet. I got to talk to the trainer on the way back, but no sense getting him hurt worse.
First quarter, you guys played extremely well. First half, actually. Take me through how important that touchdown. Matt Soltis, a terrific individual effort on the 52-yard run.
Yeah, and we're going to get that from him. I mean, he's a football player. But what we got to do is we got to get the rest of the guys around them to do what they need to do. Today, to me, was execution. I mean, I look at a lot of things. We ran power well that I needed to do. We needed to do. But then the next thing you know, we're back for 5 yards. So instead of 2nd and 6, we're back to 1st and 15 or something. So it's just a matter of getting back into playing the way we know we can play, and it's a bit of a mental game too, I'm sure, right now, coming off of last season and then losing this football game. But hey, that's our job. We'll get after it. And we had a good talk at the end, so we'll be okay. We're going to bounce back.
19-8 at the half. They come out in that long drive. Really kind of took a lot of little gas out of you guys. How big was that drive for them?
Did we have the ball in the third quarter? I got to look at my sheets, but I swear to God, it felt like we didn't have the ball at all in the third quarter. So, yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it. And you got to tip your cap to them, because that's exactly what every coach says. Let's go out there, go for a long drive, beat them down and win a football game. And they were able